Good afternoon. I think no, it's late morning. I'm just gonna do a quick live stream unless I actually get traffic on it. There's a tractor trailer that's off the side of the road, a few miles that way, probably like I don't know, 3 or 4 miles that way, and I kind of forgot about it and I jumped on because it was there when I came up up the turnpike, but it is I kind of forgot about it and jumped back on 295 South because I knew that it was here on the southbound line because I saw it when I passed. It looked like it was a single tractor trailer accident. I don't know if something caused him to swerve, and he went he went through the guardrail and down into the trees. Um, And this is not a good time to be stuck in traffic. Especially since I'm a little hungry. I'm in the middle of filming a vlog, and I was about to. No, actually, I did shoot a little bit of film right before I jumped on the turnpike. Actually, if you watch the vlog later, you'll watch that transition. I want to jump into the next lane because they do have cones guiding you into that lane. But yeah, it's a couple miles up, and like once it should. Well, I'm seeing a lot of like Maryland and Virginia tags, so these might be people who are maybe the accent's already gone, and this is just everybody trying to go back to whence they came. Like there's a Virginia tag, Maryland. But if anybody has any questions, I mean, I won't be able to read long questions because I am trying to drive. But actually, it looks like I can jump over into this lane now. Like I said, the only reason I want to jump into this lane is because I know the accident's on the right lane. I was lucky enough to get on the turnpike when I did. But yeah, I meant to go down 295, which would have required me making a left out of where I came from rather than right. Yeah, they got signs that say right lane closed 1 mile. Which this is a perfect day to close 2 lanes. So if anybody has any questions, please ask, because I'm kind of bored. And but yeah, I'm coming back from an eye exam, which I discussed in the vlog, which is probably way too long to a vlog. My next planned video will be a live stream. I need to work on some stuff before I can do that. So if anybody has any questions, please please ask them. That might help keep me from being bored. A couple things I talked about in the vlog was the fact I'm getting fat, which was probably pretty obvious. Where's the apple cider jug? I don't generally drink apple cider like that. I have a tea jug, which I was actually prepared to take a sip from when I saw your question there. I don't do you can't chug apple cider the way I drink tea. No, you shouldn't drink tea the way I drink tea. Well, you should drink sweetened tea the way I drink sweetened tea. I need to start doing, yeah, it does kind of look like cider, but yeah. Well, what I try to start doing is, drinking, unsweetened tea the way I used to when I lived in Canada. Because that did help, like, going down to unsweetened tea. But apparently John Doe is here. Yeah, apple juice has a lot of sugar, though, unless you like squeeze it yourself. Apple juice has a lot of sugar. I usually try to drink I'll try to drink a small thing of orange juice every day. Something just because I like having fruit juice. I do like having fruit juice in the morning. That actually helps me wake up better than coffee does. I'm actually not a fan of coffee, believe it or not. But I also in the vlog I mentioned that I had went down to Virginia 2 Saturdays ago now. Wow, that was 2 weeks ago. And the next day I blew my back out. And I didn't visit Madame Roy. I went to Central Virginia, and that was actually pretty fun. Hauled hay in the bed of this truck, and a nice 8 hours of driving alone. But you know, yeah, because what I realized is. Like, this is a brand new shirt. I think when I wash it, it's going to become too small. It's a different blend of material than I'm used to. Man, this just sucks. Like, we're stuck. It's about a mile. Everybody thinks that they're going to make a magic move that's going to put them, they're going to make this magic pass, and then they're going to be flying down the turnpike, but it's just not that way. Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty much a parking lot. I like those little first-gen Toyota RAV4s. I don't know why. That one looks like it's like a 98 to 2000. Actually, so that would be like a second-gen. But those little things were underpowered, but they were pretty cool. Sorry, I'm looking at cars behind me. I'm stuck behind a Chrysler 200. Hey, cool, I got a like. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, mystery shopper. Oh, get this. I was at work yesterday. Yesterday was Black Friday. And even though I work in an auto parts store, things were pretty busy. And generally, when somebody calls for a battery, I'd say 6 to 7 times out of 10, it's a mystery shopper. They want to make sure that you ask the right questions, that you offer to install the battery, offer to test the battery. Did you greet? Were you polite? Did you offer to put the battery on hold? And I'm sitting there going, I had gotten probably 5 or 6 calls for batteries. Now, bear in mind, our high yesterday was in the 20s. So, people probably did have dead batteries. But, yeah, I'm sitting there going, it is quite disrespectful to do a mystery phone shop on Black Friday. Because you know we're going to be busy. You know that we're probably understaffed, because we are, especially my store. And, it's just quite disrespectful to do that. Because you're setting people up for failure. And I'm like, that's just kind of a jerk move. And you can see I'm at exit still at the, looks like 1 mile. So I have moved 1 mile in the 8 minutes that I have since I started this live stream. My truck's sitting here at 17 miles a gallon. It's probably going to go, for my 50-mile average, it's probably going to go down after that. Yeah, I saw the live. I picked up the live stream in the last few minutes. I was going to say hi, but he had the comments disabled for some reason. And I'm pretty sure that was a spelling mistake that said Madame Roy. Some dude is pulled off to the side of the parking, well, I guess it is technically a parking lot right now, the side of the turnpike here, and he is urinating on the rail there, the guardrail. Okay, only in New Jersey, bro. But this just seemed like a good idea. It seemed like a good idea to try to get some little interaction here while I'm on sitting here in this parking lot. But I'm not sure if they still had the right lane closed. It's probably because of that accident. Still, I mean, it looked like it was going to take quite a bit to get him out of there without completely shutting down the turnpike. Because, well, completely shutting down southbound at least. I have worked in I did work for a towing company doing rescues like this. It can be a pain to like if you're trying to not completely shut down an interstate. It's a lot more work. I mean, yeah, you can just drag him straight out and just shut down both lanes, but you know that'll cause more accidents. I knew about this accident, and I meant to take a different way home, and I forgot. Pretty plain and simple. Now it's also pretty good because where I was at, where I got my eye exam, there's a Five Guys burgers and fries there. There's a bunch of other food there. Within, if you go right across the street, there was a Wendy's, Taco Bell, Boston Market. Well, it's not bad luck. It was just I completely forgot. I could have made a left out of the road where the Goodwill outlet was and jumped on 295, but instead I made the right because I was just thinking get home. But yeah, so like within the very reasonable distance of me, I had Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Boston Market, Five Guys, and all that. And I'm like, you know what? Let's not get fast food. I'll get something to eat when I get home. And so I am gonna start working on losing weight because I need to. It's not oh man, I don't know. No, because all you see is the tailgate. As I say, you don't really see. I'm not gonna. This mount is not the sturdiest, so. Oh, I wanted to. You get the. Oh my God, their fries are incredible, and they're not that bad for you though, because they are fried in peanut oil. I think we should all take a moment of silence for those who can't eat Five Guys fries because they're allergic to peanuts. That has got to suck. Yeah, if you can see my rear view mirror right now on this side, it's just... You just see miles and miles of cars. I think Madam Roy said he is going to be leaving next week, so hopefully he's not going to get stuck in any... Because this is all people, like I said, I see all these Maryland and Virginia tags, so these are all people that traveled up north to see family for the holidays, and they're heading home now. So, I actually need to order a cable for my camera before I do the my next live stream, which will probably be Thursday. I don't know. I will have to go pick up my new glasses. I ended up spending $70 more than I planned on them because I wanted the transition lenses where they go turn into sunglasses. Hello, George Blakely the third, according to that. Yeah. Like I said, I can't read long messages, but I'll try my best to read what I can while I'm driving. I'm going under a highway. I don't know what highway. Oh, I would, but it's just... With the turnpike, there is no... I mean, I get the joke, I really do. But there really is no take the next left. Hey, maybe while I'm here, I should tell the story from, I think it was 2011. Or 20, yeah, it was like 2011. As many of you know, my brother is incarcerated, and he was in a prison up at right between exit 10 and exit 11 on 295. Now he's in one in Delaware. But he, oh, wait, hold on a second. But, he, so I went to go visit him, and I don't know if you guys, I don't know how long you guys have subscribed, but I had a white, 89 Chevy pickup, 4-wheel drive. And I love that little truck. It was a little step side, 4-wheel drive. It was a 305 V8 with a stick shift. Nice little get around truck. But it had a lot of issues. But when I got it, it needed a clutch. The clutch disc was worn out. So I hit Turnpike and to come up to see him that day. And he, I sent him a message. I was going to go. I sent him a text, or not text, but a letter, letting him know, hey, I'm going to come visit you this weekend. Well, I get in the truck and I'm on the turnpike, and it's not feeling too good, the truck. And like I'm in fifth gear. It's a 5-speed, and the clutch, the upshift light kept coming on. I'm like, what? So what I should have done is, because I got on at exit 1, I should have gotten off at exit 2, turned around, got my other truck, and went up there. But instead, I stay on the turnpike. I continue to drive aggressively, and I do mean aggressively, because especially at that time I had a lot of unsolved anger issues. And so I jump on the turnpike. I downshifted like 2 gears to pass somebody, and about a mile after that I hear this poof. And then my engine goes, wah! Clutch disc literally exploded. And, alright, so we're at where the lanes merge right now. And there's 3 people merging in front of me. In front of other cars. No, you had an opportunity to merge back there, but you chose not to. You knew this was coming. You too. I am not personally letting these guys in, because they're going between codes just so they can get in. But unfortunately, people in front of me are being too nice. So, yeah. So so I'm on the turnpike at exit 8A, which is 70, if I'm not mistaken, it was 76 miles from my house. And it's kind of in the winter. So I called my buddy Wayne Scott. He owns Scott's Towing. And I'm like, hey, I'm stuck on the turnpike at exit 8A. Is there any way you could come get me? And he's, come get me with a flatbed. He goes, no, I'm actually out racing in Dover. I'm like, okay. So I called another guy I knew. They charged me, actually it wasn't too bad. They charged me $250 to take me, or to come up to exit 8A and then tow me back. So that's not bad. And that was including tolls and all that, so. But what I ended up having to do is I had to pay $150 for one guy to take me, hook me up at the turnpike, where I pulled over, hook me up there, and then, wow, that trailer is mangled. I wish I could, I don't think you'll be able to see that. yeah, you might be able to... Not this one that we just passed. Right now you get a glorious view of my mount. But yeah, that trailer is beat. I don't know how much of that you're able to see because this is a small screen I'm on. Man, that trailer is jacked up. He had milk on there too, I think. The truck is all twisted too. But now we can actually move. So 20 minutes. But I'm going to continue the little live stream for a little bit, I guess. Man, 60 miles an hour feels like I'm flying right now. But, yeah, so it cost me $150 to go for basically about a mile. And, you know, off the turnpike. And then another $250 to get it back home. And I paid $350 for the truck. But I ended up getting a clutch done in that. That cost me like another $600. And I drove the truck for 5 years after that. And then I gave it to my dad. He drove it for about a year and a half. And then it got passed on. But yeah, that thing, the rust was starting to, I am in New Jersey. Yeah, I'm in New Jersey. I'm on the Jersey Turnpike. I'm between exit 3 and 2 right now. But now, as you see, I'm going right along at 65 miles an hour. So that was all because of that accident. Man, that thing was, that accident beat things up pretty bad. Yeah, I'm at, figure since I'm live streaming, I'll stay to the speed limit. But yeah, so the truck. But yeah, so I drove that truck for another couple of years, but rust started to take over on it. But yeah, it was kind of funny that I was on the Jersey Turnpike. I don't know. I think it was like late November, early December, because the truck sat for like a month before I had the money to do the clutch. So, you know, that is what it is. But yeah, that was a good running little truck. It was a single cab. At the time I got rid of it, the passenger door didn't work. The passenger side window didn't work. The seat was starting to get collapsed. Like I said, rust was taking over. It had mixed match gears from the front to the back, so I couldn't use the four-wheel drive because the differential blew up in it. But I liked that truck. It was pretty good because I think it went from 342 gears to 373 is what happened to me, but because I put a different differential in it after I blew it up. But I don't know if I should just go ahead and end the live stream or not, but probably not going to. It's apparently it's, according to the radio, the truck, it's 51 degrees, which yesterday, like, the high was like 25 or 30 or something like that. It was cold. I would love to have a rust-free S10. My S10 has a lot of rust. Actually, I mean, it's really not that bad. There's definitely a lot worse ones out there. But right now, I can't. I try not to drive it in the rain because I don't have a floor in it. The driver's side floor, I let the truck sit for 6 years, and the windshield started leaking, and right onto the driver's side floor, so the floor rusted out right there. That was the 87 S10, two-wheel drive, 2.8 automatic. I like that truck. It's been, I've had that truck since 02? 02? Yeah, 02. and it's been good to me. That thing's got me to Wisconsin and back. I drove it up to Canada once or twice. But I'm gonna, one of my next videos that's gonna be, like, most of the videos I have planned are gonna be, your 85, mine's an 87. It's an extended cab, which is wonderful. I love the extended cab, because I can do crazy stuff with stereos on it. But most of my next videos I have planned are gonna be live streams, just like quick live streams from the computer. But the next video I have planned that's oh, that sucks. But the next video that I have planned that's an actual, like, you know, finished and edited video is going to be doing the intake manifold on that 2.8. Pretty sure I have intake gasket leaking, which is causing a lot of issues. So I need to figure out whether I can get new valve cover studs where the studs come out of the head and out of the intake and then hold the or if I can just go ahead and throw some short bolts in there and do it that way, because that's another thing, is even though I put new valve cover gaskets in it, I can't because of the bolts, or because the studs are so rusted out, I can't actually use them. Or I still have a little bit of a leak, I should say, because I can't get the clamping pressure right. But, you know, it is what it is. So I'm going to try to do the intake gasket. And then I'm trying to decide if I want to just go ahead and bite the bullet, do everything all at once, because I have a few things I want to do to it, including a water pump, and I want to go ahead and pull the timing cover off, do the timing chain, you know, stuff like that, little stuff like that. You know, like, do I want to just bite the bullet, do it all at once, and do a big long video on it, or just, you know, split it up into smaller videos? Because when I do the water pump and, oh yeah, it is definitely fuel injection. It's the throttle body fuel injection. Yeah, that thing's been... I had an 83 S10 that had a carbureted 2.8. That was not the slowest vehicle I've ever owned, but man, that thing was close. That had the Rochester Monojet, which if yours is an 85, it probably has that too. I think 86 was the first year of the new dash, like the new interior and the new and the fuel injection on the motors. But yeah, the intake manifold, the way that engine's designed, the sides of the intake manifold are actually the sides of the intake manifold actually go up into the valve covers. So what I have happening is I'm sucking in oil, as well as I'm leaking. You know, I've got a vacuum leak. The vacuum leak is inside the valve cover. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, actually what I did is I took the advice of a guy who's a lot smarter than me. He said take a propane torch, don't light it, but just stick the propane torch into where the PCV valve goes, and if the engine changes after a few minutes, you have a leak in there. And man, I definitely had that leak. Yeah, because I'm not really leaking oil, but I'm burning a little bit because it's sucking a little bits here and there through the intake. I mean, the engine's got almost 300,000 miles on it, so something's bound to give eventually. You know, a lot of people talk a lot of smack on the 2.8s. They say that they're not reliable, they're the worst engine GM ever made. They are a good motor. They're not very powerful. The early ones, I think the one like yours might still count on that one. They were rated at like 130 horsepower, like 150 foot-pound of torque, something like that. I think mine's rated at like 165 and like 180 foot-pound of torque. But the early ones were known for the harmonic balancer spinning and snapping the crankshaft. They fixed that issue on the later ones, but it's but yeah, they're good. Like, as long as you maintain them, they'll last forever. Like mine, I don't even know how many sets of plugs I've put in that thing, and how many oil changes I've done over the last 16 years. It's like, that truck's been so good to me. It's not even funny. I mean, sometimes I just change. There were times I just changed the oil because I was bored. Is yours a four-wheel drive or no? Because my 83 was a four-wheel drive, and the oil filter was in the most asinine place imaginable. It was on the side of the block, and the only way and because of the splash shield or the belly pan, you could only get it through going through the wheel well. The 87 is a two-wheel drive, and it has an adapter that comes off and pushes it out towards the back. Actually, when I first put it back on the road, I did an oil change on it. So yours should be easy to do, like mine is. But when I first put it back on the road, I did an oil change on it, and I ran it for a couple months, and I wanted to do another oil change on it because, you know, the thing sat. So like anything that was in there, I wanted to get out. And one of my customers, which is a national chain shop, I don't want to mention the name. It's not Jiffy Lube. It's not a quick lane place. They're an actual national chain. But they said, "Oh, if you bring it down with the oil and the filter, we'll do a drain and refill for free. You know, change the filter." So, okay. It's middle of winter. I don't want to lay on the cold ground to do this. So they did it, and then, like, again, I wanted to no, it wasn't Pep Boys. I'll say that their name starts with an M, but I'm not going to say the name instead, and it's not Meineke. But they did the oil change. And when I went to take the oil filter off, I tried different oil filter tools that I had. And I had quite a few good tools to take off an oil filter. I couldn't get the damn filter off. I ended up taking an air chisel and going around the base of the filter and until it actually popped loose and I was able to take it off my hand. I don't know what the hell they did, but I think they put the filter on dry and used the damn impact. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I've actually got this really nice 3-jaw claw one that works great. I've got a 2-jaw one. I've got a strap wrench with a rubber that always worked for that. I've got a chain wrench. That's really more for doing like exhaust work, but yeah, that thing was a nightmare to get off of there. But as you see, the traffic's moving nice now. But yeah, that was That was hell. I never told them about it, but yeah, it's like next time I'll lay on the cold ground for 20 minutes and do it because I'm not dealing with that again. But yeah, it definitely looked like they put the gasket on dry, and they wrenched that thing down there good too. I don't know if they were just mad because they knew they weren't getting paid for it or what. I'm like, next time I'll pay. I don't care. But yeah, I think once I do the intake manifold, that's going to fix the idle issue. That'll fix a lot of things with it. So I know a lot of people are passing me, but I'm in the proper lane for the speed I'm going, which is actually 5 miles an hour speed limit. Because if you go like if I wanted to just set the cruise at 60, I'd definitely be getting ran over. But I don't want to go too fast, especially while trying to read messages. It's a good thing I can read fast too. Yeah, that definitely happens. A lot of people, I've heard like Jiffy Lube, like if they can't get a filter off, they'll just leave the filter on there and say they did it, which is messed up. But if you watch, I've seen videos like where these news companies have fitted cars with cameras, and like they'll tell, like Jiffy Lube, they'll tell people, oh, well, we did your or you need transmission service, and they'll say they did the transmission service, but they really didn't. And that's my wife texted me. She actually works as a toll collector on the turnpike that I'm on right now, and she was just telling me because what's weird with her job is she has to call in 3 hours before her shift starts, find out where she's at, because she can be anywhere from exit 1, which is where I'm headed, to exit 8A, which is where I blew up that Silverado's clutch. But yeah, this I'm actually quite impressed. My 50-mile average right now in a 4-wheel drive, 4-door V8 full-size truck is 18.3, and since I got gas, 18.6. That's not too bad. I mean, I didn't buy this truck with fuel economy in mind, but it's definitely nice that the fuel economy is pretty. Yeah, I'm the same way. I prefer to do my own. However, with this truck, I might not be doing that myself. The only reason being is the dealer wants $60. This truck takes 8 quarts of 0W20, which is a full synthetic Dexos approved oil, and they want $60 for the oil. It's $60 for the oil change, tire rotation, and so many, like 20-point vehicle inspection or something like that. So personally, I can't even buy the oil for that price. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just go ahead and have the dealer do it, especially while I'm on under the warranty. Once I'm out of the warranty, I'm gonna run the AMSOIL stuff that's like $12 a quart, and change the filter every 5,000 miles and change the oil every 10. But while it's under warranty, I'm gonna have them do the oil change, just because it's that. Well, yeah, it sucks because I know like I'd much rather do it myself, But at this point, at least during the next 5 years, I'm probably just going to have them do the oil change. Because it is what it is. I also figure by having the dealer do the oil, rather than, like, say, Jiffy Lube, well, I definitely wouldn't take it to Jiffy Lube, but anywhere else, there's, like, the splash pan underneath. They're not going to, I think he's got, like, another 5 or 7 years, I don't remember. I'm not going to discuss his, crime, though. But he made the mistake of committing this crime in 2 states. But, so basically he got out there in well, I guess that's like upper part of central New Jersey. And he was released and then put in handcuffs and taken to Delaware. So, you know, you do what you pay the time. I do not like Quaker State or Pennzoil or really anything made out of Sospis. I tend to be a Castrol man. I like Castrol oil, and I also like Valvoline products. Ashland, yeah, the Ashland products. They make good products. It's my understanding that company starts with an F. I forget who it is, but like they're a parent company of quite a few oil brands, and they make the oil for AutoZone, the STP oil. Because I've ran the STP oil in a couple vehicles I've owned, and it's actually been pretty good. But I'm just about home, and so I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream here. I really appreciate your company while I was stuck in traffic. God only knows what my battery looks like now. But I will talk to you guys later. So thank you for watching. Have a blessed day, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.